end up doing is, rewind.
Too much lat protracts.
That's not what I was going for.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it again.
I thought you were asking me to cue you.
No. Okay, so we're gonna go over a couple of things that you do that we're gonna correct. We're gonna go over the things that we need, or how to address them, some cueing, and then we're gonna put it all together at the end. So, the first big thing with you is you spend a lot of time down here, and that's totally okay. We've talked about this before. It's okay if that's how you're going to pull. Assuming that we're not going to have you start from up here and go down, and we're gonna have you here, you need to realize that you can't be protracted this whole time. What I want you to do is one of two things. I want you to start elevated, which I know we're not supposed to do, but just bear with me. Elevate it, bring it back, and leave it there. See how I'm not retracted down here? And when you're retracted, you automatically thoracic flex forward, I guess. So, in order to address the back, we have to address the scapula/shoulder. So, when you're here, elevate and back. Now, we're going to do the opposite of what we just said. So we're elevated, we're back. We're going to put our hands in our front pockets. This protraction, not here, not this. It's this. Very big difference between here and then using this, because this is what you're doing, versus this. This is locked. I can keep my arms loose all day because I'm locked. I'm not moving anywhere. The bar's staying close. The second cue that you can use when you're up here is you can essentially do a lat push down, right? So like to keep the bar close to you. So it's not here, it's here. Because when you actually do the pull down, you keep that chest proud. So think of it again, like you have the lat pull down machine in your hand, but you're just bam. So bad position here. Fix it up, back, lat to the chest through. Pull down with the chest through. So that's the first thing. What was the other thing?
He's too forward.
Right. You start way too forward. So, you know, just as a general idea, the shoulder should be roughly above the bar. It's either directly in line with it or slightly forward. But you pull from your shoulders way over here, right? So you are very much in front of the bar. So what I'm going to teach you after you get this part down is the sit back / rock back that you see with like strongman, but you can actually also do it as a power lifter. It's totally within the rules as long as the bar doesn't gain momentum from it. So this is the second part. So you're going to get in your position, get your nice lats and everything, and you do a little hip shift, and it's not just a hip hinge from there, right? It's not just a hip hinge. What you're gonna do is you're gonna let the bar rest a little bit in front of you so that your shoulders are gonna be directly above the bar or slightly behind, and you're going to tension, sit back. Again, lats, chest through, your back, basically rocking back. So the important cue for this, or the important part for this, is to realize that with lighter weights, you're going to feel like you're falling back. Totally okay, totally normal. But once the weights get to like, I don't know, 3 plates-ish, you'll start to not completely fall back. The box deadlifts. The point of the box deadlift is actually to get you to manifest the rock. So assuming that your shins have to be pretty much vertical because they're touching the box the whole time and you're pushing your knees back. You add the rock with it. So we're actually starting further back. Good lats, shoulders behind the bar. Sit back, pushing those knees back. Good lats, shoulders behind the bar. Sit back, knees back. So those are the two major things that I want you to focus on. The lats, not here, but pulling through, and the rock back. There's two more things I do want to show you. One's an exercise that I'll show you in another video, but this one is going to be breathing into your upper back. So oftentimes we're told we're either belly breathers or chest breathers, right? Ideally, we're both at the same time when we lift, but something because we're powerlifters, we're tight up here, we're stuck here all day, is we don't learn to breathe into our upper back. So a belly breather would be like a chest breather is more like a lot of neck musculature, and that's the one that tends to be associated with like the upper cross rounded forward guys. So what I want you to think about is, well, first off, put your hands on your head. I want you to think about your rib cage up here, because yes, you actually have a rib cage all the way up here. Putting your hands on your head eliminates the muscle tension that's going to like keep the ribs pushed down, and you're going to breathe into that upper back, really let it expand. And you might have to go a little kyphotic for it, and that's fine too. So it's going to look like, as opposed to the chest breathing, and again, big back breathing, upper back breathing. And once you start figuring out how to breathe into that upper back, and it'll take time, you can put it all together where we fill the stomach, we fill the upper back, and then the chest. And all of a sudden you have hyperinflated lungs. You can push all that pressure from up here down, and all of a sudden you have this huge pillar, especially in the anterior cavity, where you can flex all you want, but you have such a strong compressive resisting structure here where you are no longer going to flex forward too much. You'll still flex forward a little, that's totally normal, but again, building that big pillar. So altogether it's going to be like a